welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all doing well right now. Obviously, during this international break, at times it can be a little bit boring. We're all waiting for that return to club football, especially with some of the games that Barça have coming up. And obviously, after yesterday, we spoke about Destin Conrad there for the USA and Pedri with the Spain under-21 side over on MORETALKFCB. And then, of course, on the controversial Messi goal that was ruled out for Argentina. But in today's video, we're moving away from those internationals onto the Barça front in terms of rumours and what's going on in the media right now. I'm going to be addressing the situation surrounding Neymar Jr., Memphis Depay, Messi is included too, and also some news on Junior Firpo. It's all coming up in today's video. Let's get to it. Because, okay, let me start first of all by talking about Lionel Messi and just quickly addressing a few of the rumours that have been going around throughout the week so far. I heard earlier on this week that apparently PSG had contacted Messi's entourage and they were getting ready to prepare a bid once 2021 hits. Because as I keep saying, as soon as January the 1st comes, Messi there effectively is in the final 6 months of his deal. That means any club can come in, agree terms with Messi, and he can actually sign there a pre-contract ahead of moving for free in the summer. Now, PSG apparently are one of those clubs who are interested, but what I would say to that is nothing has happened right now. Absolutely nothing has happened at all. Messi's entourage deny that anything at all has happened. George Messi, of course, Messi's representative there, hasn't been contacted by PSG or anybody else at this stage. And right now, it's simply rumours alone. So before we start saying, Messi's off to PSG, nothing like that is happening whatsoever. Another man who's also been linked with an exit is Junior Firpo. Apparently, Ronald Koeman does not count on Junior whatsoever, and there certainly have been rumours about him potentially leaving in the January transfer window. And I think, to be honest, that's not the biggest surprise ever, given the fact that so far this season, under Ronald Koeman, Junior Firpo has had just half an hour of football in the entirety of the season, all of that coming off the bench, and most of that game time coming in the Champions League against Ferencváros before he came on for the final moments against Juventus. And quite clearly, Koeman not really trusting in Firpo at left back. He's rather relied upon Serginho Dest there to play in that role when Alba cannot play, and apparently Firpo would be one of those players who could be open to leaving in January by the side of the club. But in terms of Firpo himself, he has no intention of going. Apparently, he's very, very intent here on trying to prove his worth to Ronald Koeman, another coach, of course, since he arrived at the club. He's had Valverde, he's had Setien, now he's had Koeman. Under none of those coaches, really, has he been given an opportunity, and it hasn't really happened for him in a Barca shirt right now. And certainly in the games to come, it is going to be interesting to see whether he plays very much, and if he doesn't, could a move away be on the cards? But what I really do want to talk about and what I really do want to touch upon in today's video is all about those incomings, all about those transfer rumours that undoubtedly you will have been hearing over the past few days, over this international break. There have been plenty of rumours there linking players with Barcelona, and the first thing that I would say to that is always be very, very cautious with things that come out in the media over the international break, because number one, they're looking for things to report on. They're looking for something there to just drag up and put in the headlines because there's nothing else going on. So always be very, very wary of that. First man we're going to discuss there is Memphis Depay, because obviously naturally after Ansu Fati was ruled out for 4 months with injury, we're lacking there in number 9 options as it is. Of course we're looking for players who can replace him, and naturally the media straight away, they said, oh, with Ansu Fati out injured, surely now that means Barcelona will need to go for Memphis in the January window. He'll need to be brought in. Barca now, it is a necessity in terms of that signing. What I would say though is, it doesn't change the fact we can't afford him. It doesn't change the fact here that even though Memphis will be entering the final 6 months of his deal, Lyon still are not going to let him go for nothing. They're still going to want a decent fee for Memphis, add to that the wages, and it's still in a position that we simply cannot afford. And all the media are doing right now is saying, yes, Barcelona need Depay, they need another attacker, especially with Ansu out, they need somebody else, and that may be true, but that doesn't mean that we can go and get them. Just like we saw in the summer, Ronald Koeman was very, very open about the fact that he wanted to bring in Depay. He is the chosen forward for the coach. But like I say, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. And especially given the fact here that elections are going to be more towards the end of January now, it looks unlikely that we're going to be doing any serious business whatsoever in the January window, because how can you? You cannot let here, for me, the management committee that's in charge right now at Barcelona, make these big calls. No way should they be allowed here to spend a lot of money to bring a player in without the new board's consent. So I think we're going to have to wait here until the very end of the window if we're going to do anything. But still, it doesn't change the the fact that financially right now, we are in tatters. And that is essentially what makes this next rumour even more laughable. Because you know who appeared this morning on the cover of Sport? Yes, it was Neymar Jr. Neymar there on the cover of Sport with the headline, Neymar enters the election. And what Sport have gone on to say there is that Neymar could become a big part of the election that's coming up, of course, like I say, in January. And he could become part there of one of the presidential candidates' campaign in order to try and help them gain that presidency. Because obviously in these elections, what you will often see is candidates promising this signing, promising that signing. We've already heard about Victor Font talking about Erling Haaland. We've heard Laporta in the past talking about Paul Pogba. This time around, it's been rumoured there that he's possibly thinking about David Alaba. And you, of course, remember back in 2003, when Laporta there actually got elected as the president, much of his campaign there to help him gain office was all about bringing the signing of David Beckham. Now, that didn't happen. Beckham ended up in Madrid. Barça ended up signing Ronaldinho. That was a deal that worked out very well for us. But that's just the point. Right now, you're going to hear plenty of names being thrown around, plenty of promises here, there and everywhere. But what you've also got to remember is nothing is set in stone. Just because one of the candidates promises this man and the next, it doesn't mean, again, that it's going to happen. And especially when it comes to Neymar, for me, it's just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that right now we're still discussing with the squad about wage cuts. They still haven't found any agreement whatsoever on cutting the wages, not only of the players, but also the staff right now at Barcelona, and we're still in this mess. Yet we're going to be talking here about Neymar, a guy that we'd have to break the bank for to go and sign from PSG, not only in a transfer fee, but also in terms of wages. It is ridiculous to link us right now with these sort of signings. Let's get things in order. Let's get our club back on the right path before we can even think about anything like this. It is not the road we should be going down. It's nothing against Neymar. It's nothing against him as a person. It's nothing against him as a player. He is a phenomenal player, as we all know, but he's 28 right now. He turns 29 in February. He has a contract right now at PSG until 2022. And just add to that, just to make this report from Sport even more laughable, right now, he's actually in discussions with Paris Saint-Germain about extending his contract. He apparently there could be about to sign a brand new 5-year deal with PSG, keeping Neymar at the club until 2025, where he would maintain those huge wages that he currently commands. Barcelona cannot take on that responsibility. And whether Neymar is part of the election or not, many high-profile players may well be promised. But like I say, focus on the plan for the club, the philosophy of the club. Don't be guided here by those big names. They can be thrown out and put forward by anybody. We need to elect the person who has a plan, who will get this club out of the mess that Bartomeu created. That's what we have to do. So please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What do you make of some of these rumours there regarding Messi, regarding Junior Firpo, regarding Depay, and of course that ludicrous report there linking Neymar again to Barcelona, even in our current financial state? Let me know all of those thoughts down below. And of course, guys, thank you so much for all of your incredible support. And a big thanks there to everybody who signed up to the Talk FCB membership. It is certainly appreciated from me. And I thank you for that. I will see you very soon indeed, with plenty more videos to come. I'm wishing you all a good weekend. And hopefully, you will stay entertained without club football for one more weekend. We'll get through it. Barcelona! We'll be back soon. But until next time, guys, as always, Visca el Barça.